Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hello trading and investing friends. We've got the S&P 500 with a big red day today. A lot of back and forth action. Close at the high of the day, big red day the following day. Close near the low, big green day. Close near the high, big red day. Why is that happening? Well, if you zoom in, it's just a tightening range on the 4-hour time frame. There are very few instances where I'm looking at the futures chart to tell me more than what SPY is doing. Generally, the volume during the regular trading day for SPY is most important to me. Right now, we have a scenario where the daily inside bar broke bearish on SPY. So that means our daily lower high is set at 313.84, and we're now watching to see can the bulls form a daily higher low compared to 285.54. And we know that if we're going to change the trend back to the bulls, we are going to have to see a higher low and then a higher high. So that's a ways away from happening, of course, but I'm putting more weight into the S&P 500 futures chart than I am into SPY right now, because SPY broke the inside bar bearish, but look at SPX 500 USD, which is, if you do not want to pay for futures data, this is the ticker to use. And look at the 4-hour time frame. So why are we having such whipsaw action? Big bull move, big pullback, closed up near the high of the day, but it was just a lower high. And now we're pulling back and we're looking for a higher low. I had my eyes glued to 29.75 today. I was hoping we would get a little bit closer to make a play off of that support. I was just day trading today a bit in both directions, just taking advantage of very short-term scalps. I'm using the 1 and 2 minute time frame because there's enough volatility to make that worthwhile. You know, a month ago, that was not the case. But looking at this chart, bulls really want to see some follow through back over 30.40 into tonight to remain in this tightening range. Look at the daily time frame. We're still in inside bars. So tightening range, no break yet. We do not have a daily lower high being set. Why have we not broken the low of yesterday? And SPY did, because SPY is trading on a very shorter time frame, 6.5 hours in the trading day versus a lot more hours for futures overnight. So that's the most important level for me, and this is the most important time frame for me. If we start tomorrow, I will look to make, if we start weak, I'll look to see if there's a play off 29.75. If we start with a higher open tomorrow, I will then be patiently waiting for this 4-hour equilibrium to break to give short-term direction. So overall, playing out as anticipated in the sense that, well, we have a ways to go. So I'm going to say in the sense that we're looking for a higher low. If we see a huge red day tomorrow and high bear volume, that may go out the window in terms of most likely scenario. But again, all eyes on the 4-hour time frame of SPX 500 USD, and we'll see what happens overnight. IWM daily lower high very clearly set at 154.20, and now the most important level is the low of 143.91. Again, IWM will be likely to break to a lower low first before almost anything that we're watching. And pretty much IWM in the financial sector will be our potential canaries in the coal mine to break first. QQQ, so daily inside bar bear break, which means our daily lower high is 219.61. And we're going to be looking for a daily higher low to form compared to 198.17. So why does this matter, the S&P 500 futures chart? If we stay in this tightening range, we know that bear break is not going to get much follow through. That bear break indicating that our daily lower highs have been set has to see a break of 29.75, which for SPY lines up with 297.57. That level has to break if we're going to get bear follow through. Could this be a little bull flag if we're only looking at the last 6 days of trading? It's a possibility, but the bulls would need to show up with a solid green day tomorrow for that to be the case. So the bears have momentum. We've seen the past 4 days that the momentum at the end of the day does not mean much in terms of what to expect the following day, and certainly not an ideal environment for swing trading. XLF, certainly continues to be the weakest sector here that we are watching. Bulls must hold 25.97 for a higher low to try and form, with 28.25 as the most important resistance level. XLV pulling back a little bit, so we broke the low of yesterday, so that means we have our low of the dump, high of the bounce, and we're scouting a higher low compared to 89.98. We could pull back 8% plus and still be holding that support level, whereas IWM only has 1% or 2% of space to work with. Biotech sector, impressive that we broke the high of yesterday. No follow through, but again, a higher low every day. We have not topped out yet in the biotech sector. SMH, inside bar yesterday, inside bar today, so tightening up. No clear break yet. If we break bearish tomorrow, daily lower high has been set. And on the VIX, we've got a bull break of the inside bar. Really nice signal there. Let's see how the signal worked on the ETFs. It broke in extended hours, but significant follow through on TVIX as we continue the daily uptrend. Higher low of 89.01. Continuation. We're watching the hourly uptrend as our guide. And we're looking back at the VIX up to 49.50. And again, I anticipate the most likely scenario is the high, low, lower high, tightening range into next week. Up to the bulls overnight tonight to maintain 29.75. Very important support. Hourly RSI would be oversold, just getting oversold if we're going to test that level tonight. Gold, beautiful follow through. We're looking right back at the high of 16.89. That's a great recovery. After this huge red day, I remember thinking, man, I might need to exit this long-term position. And fortunately sticking to my game plan to not let this big red day impact my emotions and make a trade based off those emotions. So still in that position and much more comfortable now. If we cannot break 16.89 with any kind of conviction and follow through, we'll be looking at a daily higher low having to form compared to 1563. We can pretty much say 1700 needs to break for a convincing higher high. 4-hour higher low for gold. Nice base of support established before continuation today. Most important 4-hour level is 1633.96. Silver. How is silver faring comparative to gold? Inside bar bull break, but again, it is just nowhere near it. XAU XAG is testing the highs, meaning gold currently is as strong as it has been compared to silver in years. We'll see if we can get a clear bull break of this chart. Bull miners continuing with some follow through. Definitely worth scouting the miners to top out eventually because again, at this point, we need a $9 move to get to resistance. So we essentially need, what, 28% or something along those lines? 28, 29% to try and see a higher high. So again, the most likely scenario is that we are going to top out before being able to break 42.82 and have to pull back for a daily higher low. The hourly uptrend is our guide. As long as the hourly uptrend remains intact, we have not topped out on this bounce. And it's still intact. So at this point, depends on where we open tomorrow. If we open with a gap up open, our new higher low will be 32.88. If not, anything above 30.93 will be an hourly higher low. But again, still keeping an eye out on dust in these bear miners because they will have an opportunity, in my opinion. 416 approaching on dust. The faster we approach that level to make a play off of that support, the more extended the bears get, the better the opportunity. So keep an eye on bear miners either tomorrow or Monday. Have to see the hourly trend change. Oil, daily lower high, very clearly set. So again, we have all these little pieces of the puzzle. If IWM and oil and the financial sector all break bearish, but tech and SPY do not, we know that odds favor. They're likely going to follow along. If we don't see any of these weakest names break their lows, then the bulls are holding on to their bounce. So oil has to hold 43.88 and break 48.64 to change the daily trend. At this point, the bulls are just hoping to hold support. Natural gas pulling back today. Its top has been set. Little double top 185. And we're looking for a higher low to form compared to 1649. Everybody's doing the same thing still. Bitcoin's a little bit different now. It used to be doing the same thing over the past few days. But for right now, natural gas, oil, miners, bull miners are looking for the lower high. It just hasn't formed yet. So some names giving us the clear lower high. SMH, semiconductors haven't given us a clear lower high yet. It's going to be a very interesting Friday and Monday. I'm excited for tomorrow. Hope you had a good day. We'll continue to check in. Although I guess I won't see you over the weekend, but I'll see you on Monday. Have a good Friday.